And there we go. Hey guys, how you doing? So it took 2 failed lives to try to figure out how to make this camera work and everything else. Sorry, new phone. So what am I doing? Well, part of Still Walkers is family. So you're hanging out in my manky old garage that's under renovation. It's great, isn't it? Here, have a look around. See, it's kind of a old falling apart thing that I had to put a door into, and it was a lot of fun. So it's got some troubles, but you know, the roof doesn't leak yet. So what are we doing here? Well, I'm doing something that's more fun for me than I think it is for the kids, for my daughter and for my grandson. Now, Gen Xers, I need you to get on here somehow. Okay? So, who remembers these? Everybody recognize that? It's a big wheel. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm Gen X. And first of all, can everybody hear me? And can you see me? And yeah, I have to wear these once in a while to read you because I'm old. Okay? So who's on here? Somebody say something. Can you hear me? Can you see me? All that stuff. All right, I'm just going to keep going. So, anyway, what we're doing is we're going to throw it together another big wheel. So let's show you a big wheel first. I think everybody knows what one is. There she be. Now, back in the 80s, there was lots of bikes out there. Now, this was pre-BMX days. And when you were a little kid between the ages of 4 and 7, this was the thing to have. Every cool parent got you one of these. My parents didn't get me one. But my friends had ones, and they were epic fun. I mean, the drifting you could do on these was unbelievable. So I decided to go out and get a pair of them, or order a pair of them. And I just assembled this one this morning and had a hoot and thought I'd share with you because part of Still Walkers is family. So we're going to go throw the other one together, and I'll do that with you and see what you think of these things. And by the way, they even make these ones for grown-ups. So if you ever find one, grab it. You won't regret it. So, all right, let's throw it together. Let me know if you can't hear me. And yeah, I won't be able to see your comments. Once in a while, I'll check back and see what's going on. Here, I'll even do this and see if anybody's talking to me. Hello? Anybody? I see people. Okay, well, anyway, let's continue. Throw it together. Now, I have to give a shout out to, if you're in Saskatchewan, in Regina, they have the Northgate Mall. And in the Northgate Mall, they have A, B, C, D, Gifts and Beyond. Now, the lady there has an assortment of all sorts of unbelievable things, but she has a real fondness for 80s toys. So you happen to be in Saskatchewan, look her up on Facebook, or head to the Northgate Mall and give her your suggestions because she wants to find more. If you're not in the area, go ahead and look her up on Facebook and you might be able to get something and have it shipped to you. So, anyway, let's throw this all together. Oh, wait. Let me have a peek here. I think it's one of the crews. Sorry, guys. Huh, crew not paying attention. That's what it was. Anyway. All right, let's throw this thing together, guys. So now, there we are. I told you about the Bigwheel. The ultimate toy. So you'll have to forgive me if I can't see what you're doing, but I will check back in from time to time. There's not much to these things. They're actually mostly plastic, very simply built. But the nice thing about it is they're still very much like they used to be. And if you've got rudimentary tools around, maybe a little bit extra, maybe a socket set, something like that, kicking around the house, they come in handy. So, there we go. Particularly because of the grommets that fit on your axle and such, they're a bit of a hassle. That's my spare parts. Anybody talking out there? Did I miss any comments? No, don't see anything. There we go. These are little buggers because they literally snap into place. Let's get that out of the way. Now, I'm sorry, but yeah, who doesn't like that? Really? And if it's too dark in here, I do apologize once again. This is an old garage. Hey, easy now, easy. That's got her. There she be. Not bad. You have to tell me how much of a racket. I should check it back in and see what's going on with you guys. Hi Teresa, I'm doing good. Oh, well, since you're on here, Teresa. Do you remember these? Huh? Because that's what we're building. So, oh yeah. I love it. Yeah. Like I said, they do make the adult version too, which are just unbelievable. Some have got the back drive on them. Some of them are electric. I've even seen a 20cc one and it's kind of silly. I've even seen a 5 horsepower one, which I don't think I'll get on, but you know, you never know. There's people out there that'll do it. Oh, yeah, the instructions. Yeah, these are always fun. And should we read the instructions? Yeah, you know. The instructions are pretty straightforward. Actually, they're pretty awful. They include pictures, which of course, you know, come in handy. And I mean, they're kind of useful. No, they're not. But anyway, moving on. Some assembly required. In other words, complete assembly required. Some of you guys that do this, what? Wrong piece. Some of you guys that do this will find this a task, because some of these parts are a bit of a nightmare. If you get the opportunity to throw these together, make sure you include the hubby or the wife, because it is kind of a, or the significant other, because it is kind of a two-person job. And it makes it, well, just a lot easier. Come on now. Knockometer. Influencer. There we go. Now, are these things safe? Mostly. Come on, write it up on a video. This won't fit my fat, you know what. But, you know, when the kids get on it, absolutely. Yeah, see me doing a video with this thing, I'd destroy it. Like I said, it's made for kids that are, let's say, you know, like I said, things, this is where I get to say, well, things are built tougher back in the 80s. Well, you know, in some places that's true. But, I'll be honest, nowadays, you guys have got cooler toys. There's cooler toys coming out all the time. And we didn't have nearly the tech that didn't nearly have the tech that you guys had, or that, yeah, more gooder English. Anyway, we didn't have the tech back then as far as kids toys goes, but the quality of the builds of the stuff was pretty darn good. And every once in a while, ideas like this that came out were pretty darn phenomenal. This one was in particular to solve a riddle, because back in this time they had what they called a high wheel tricycle. The problem is anybody that's ridden a tricycle, and even nowadays, you'll notice that with the tricycles, they have a point where you turn the wheel and you go over, you know? And this was a real problem. Still is, and for like my daughter, she's heavier set. The minute she turns that wheel on a tricycle, over she goes. What's this? I will. You too. Well, you have to come out to Saskatchewan so we can sit down, we can chat. Everybody's overdue for a visit out here to the Flatlands. So I expect to see a video of you on it. Come on, like really. Anyway, I totally lost what I was saying. Anyway, where was I, guys? Somebody help me out here. Can't even remember where I was at this point. There we go. You see me pedaling that? Really? Anyway. Yeah. Just do it. That's what she said. Yeah. So, lost my point. Let's talk about toys between then and now, between the 80s and now. Every once in a while they came out with cool ideas. This was one of them. This solved the problem of that high center of gravity. It took you right down to the dirt so you could take hard corners and stuff like that and wouldn't have to worry about falling over to that high center of gravity. So what you ended up happening is the back end skidded out before you fell over. And hence the creation of drifting on pavement. And for the parents, it was great because they didn't have to worry about the kids falling over. Plus, with the advent of the plastic tire, you could hear your kids all the way down like 3 blocks. So you knew exactly where they were. So, like I said, I didn't get one for my parents. My parents, wow, they were great people, but they weren't cool people, so I didn't get one. I got like cool bikes. They were hand-me-downs, and we modified them, customized them, jumped them, wrecked them, fixed them, customized them, jumped them, wrecked them. Yeah, you get the idea. But these things were just made for going as fast as you could down a sidewalk and then skidding out as much as you can, usually like ticking off an old man and his lawn because you'd make skid marks all over the frickin' place, but that's what they were for, right? Anyway, moving on. To the next phase. As you can see, it's a pretty simple assemble. There's nothing really strategic about it. The only flaw in this, actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'll show you the only flaw in it. Well, the only flaw you'll find in this thing is this is a brake system. Now, basically what it is, you yank up this thing, goes against the tire, and that's where you get your skid from. Okay? Now, problem with this is when you hit that skid, there's one grommet here that holds this on, except as you'll notice, for any guys out there that are doing machining, there's no rivet space left in there. So when this gets tapped on, all it is just squeezed on there and that's it. So there's nothing that's securing that into place. So obviously, you know, kids, and they reefing on that brake, and that pops off and it's gone. That's the only flaw. So unless you've got a lathe, or if you've got a lathe and anybody's working on these, put yourself a spacer in there so it locks in, stays in. There you go. That's the only flaw that I've found in this so far. And as far as anything else, the kids are going to test the rest. So we're not moving. What's going on with the comments here? I guess that's it. So I'm talking to myself. Oh well. Okay, I gotta do the old man glasses thing here. Hang on. How many people are watching? 0. Hey, it's just me by myself. Cool. Okay. Everybody missed out on the best parts. Oh well, I'll keep going just in case somebody else has to watch this later or happens to tune in. Now, if you're working on this in your home, which most people unfortunately have to do, get yourself a high point, do it in the kitchen, do it on the kitchen island, save yourself a lot of backache. You'll do yourself a favor. Screwdriver set is great. Socket set, I use a drill of course, but you got to be really careful with a drill. You don't want to over tighten these things because you're plastic. You're metal into plastic, and of course that's going to go south in a hurry. What else is there to consider? That's about it. Hammer, of course, is your most important tool. And you got to be really careful when you're hammering these on, is when you hammer these on, they got to go on perfectly straight. Kind of hoping I would get some genXers on here and get some feedback. Maybe I will later. Who knows? Maybe get some comments back. Actually, I'd like to hear some from some people that have had these things, that have modified these things, because I know they're out there. One, two, three. Okay, 4. There we are. Let's slap this thing together. That's what I'm talking about, over tightening. You gotta be really careful with this, because they'll strip themselves like nothing in seconds. Why they didn't go plastic and I know why they didn't go plastic to metal, but I guess that's what you expect from toys nowadays. They say it's the original Bigwheel, but this is really nothing like the original one we bought once upon a time. Even in the 90s when they had these out, they were made much better than this. Mind you, now you buy them for half the price that they used to be. Mind you, considering inflation and taxes, I guess it's about the same price, isn't it? You know, not to say anything about our political system, you know, our Canadian economics are great, aren't they? There's nothing wrong out there, is there? Back up there. How about that? Oh, can't even see what I'm doing. Here, let's do this, guys. There. Don't need to look at me. Hey, there's half the big wheel. Let's see. That way up. Starting to see a form, I'm sure. Nice. I'm not missing giving descriptions here. That's all pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you do have the instructions that are, well, they're back there on the floor somewhere. And they're pretty easy to read. You got actual pictures to go along with it. You don't have some weird funky diagrams. It's all pretty straightforward. And plus, the nice thing is, in addition to the standard Bigwheel stickers that have never changed, you also got additional stickers that you can put on for the kids. They can have some fun with it. Oh, do I see a comment there? Sorry guys, trying not to miss anything. Hi Carol, hi everybody. Nope, okay. Sorry guys, I don't want to miss anything, but I'm over here. Wrench. Where'd Mr. Wrench go? Great at building stuff, it just takes me a really long time because I lose all my tools. Mr. Wrench. Mr. Wrench, here you go. Okay, fine, we'll cheat. Yes, this is the absolute wrong way to do this. Don't do this. There we go. That's flush, that's not. There we go. Okay, there it is. Pretty. Okay. Looking good. Now, this is the thing that I like. They decided in this particular model to stick on one of these things. Now, in my day, we used to use player cards and run through the spokes of the wheels. My mothers would get mad because we'd take their clothespins and use them all the time, and then of course we'd lose the cards and the clothespins and come back and take more. But yeah. But they solved that by putting this little doohickey in here. So about there. Need a new bit. So now, instead of just a turning plastic tire, you have that sound. I don't know if you heard that, okay? Anyway, how y'all doing so far? Missing a screw. They shorted me one screw. Or did they? No, they didn't. There it is. And at last, the brake. This is the one that's obnoxious. So when you're assembling this or putting this together and you find this kit, this is the part that you will find most difficult. One, because you're right up against the tire. And you gotta get it in such a way, and this is where somebody else coming along giving you a hand really comes in handy. Where'd I put that? All I did to rectify it was get a socket together so I could give it a proper smack down in the correct direction to make it work. You know, I cleaned my workbench off for this. I think I cleaned it off a little too well. Yep, it's looking like it did. Oh, no, there we are. Right there. So, right size socket to fit your grommet, set it in. And that puts you up with an extension, puts you right above the tire so that you can control the direction that you're smacking this grommet down onto the piece of metal with, because it doesn't have that. What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't have that correct. Let's try that. Oh, I think we might have it. Oops, that was my finger. There we go. There, I'll just show you what I'm doing here. This is the last piece to put on as a brake. Okay, runs across here. Tighten it up against the wheel well. What am I aiming at? Right there. That's the problem right there. It's that little grommet that goes on there. And that's the first thing that's going to pop off the more that the kids use the brakes. So beware of it. And if you come up with a better way of fastening it on, let me know. This is the part where I'm supposed to like flip to the finished model and, you know, just show you how it turned out to save time. I think that's what they do on TV, isn't it? There it is. And if your child is a little too big and a little too small, nice thing about this is, see, it's adjustable in 3 different positions. Plus they have a toolbox on the back, which is new. Never had that before. So, take that off. This is how they do it. You know, they show you the finished product with stickers on and everything else, and that's how she looks. Nice and simple. I think that's about it, guys. And that's it for my dingy garage. I hope you guys have fun, or if you see this later, enjoyed watching. If you didn't, I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, a little bit different than our usual stuff. Another high. So anyway, like I said, something a little bit different, but one of the things on our logo is family. And that's very important to us, having fun with our family and doing things for our family. So from me and my dingy garage and the rest of the family, stay safe, stay curious, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh.